Okay. Hi. So I have good news and bad news. The good news is this looks like a pretty good chapter. The bad news is this is also the last chapter. This is our final chapter. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've never known what's gonna happen in this story. So this is the finale, kids. Here we go. Author's note. I have some news. And I know it might be disappointing to the mommies out there. Still hate saying that. My husband and I had a very long talk last night, and he doesn't think that posting my writing online and going to classes is a good idea for our family. It was a hard decision for me to accept, but he does know best, and I want to thank all of the many righteous believers who have supported me in this little mission of mine, and I hope that this last chapter ties up the loose ends as best as one chapter can. I don't know, personally I think it's because he found out that she was flirting with the teacher, but whatever, let's keep going. Story time! Here we go! Brace yourselves! I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, Harry gasped as Dean Thomas gasped too, and Hermione burst into tears. She's just always crying. Hermione's just always crying. As Voldemort ambled through the parking lot, the enormous crowd of righteous students were nervous, but they still stood boldly in the face of such horrifying evil. I mean, I don't know how evil you can be when you're wearing sweatpants and a V-neck, but whatever. He dresses like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm thinking of Carl as Voldemort. Ayo, Harry! Yeah, get off my lawn! Dumbledore stood in front of them protectively and manfully. Hey, no one could be as manfully as Manfred, okay? That is a rule. How dare you encroach on that? Harry looked at the depraved man walking towards them, and he thought of all the lies he must have been told by the evolutionists and feminists all his life. Yo, he's so blue-pilled, you guys. The incel board won't let him on. And he thought of the empty, meaningless depravedness. Depravedness? I don't think that's a word. That must he would have had to distract him from the missing love in his life. What? And he thought of how one day he would die, and there would be no happy heaven for him, only flames of hell. Oh, golly! Harry wondered how anyone could be so stupid. Harry, you're a condescending little shit, aren't you? Who would want hell more than heaven? It made Harry so angry. I mean, there's literally like a Church of Satan, so I don't know, man. Anyway, Voldemort stopped walking when he was in front of the Reverend Dumbledore. He arrogantly nodded and said, "Hey, name's Tom Riddle. Here to visit my cousin. Which way's the guy's dorm?" "Enough of your..." I'm sorry, it's Dumbledore. "Enough of your lies," Dumbledore exclaimed bravely. "We know who you are." Voldemort blinked stupidly, then uttered childishly, "I'm sorry, what?" Dumbledore smiled smartly. "You're pretending to be dumb, I see. Well, I ain't stupid. We all know about how much you hate Christians." "What? I don't hate Christians." Voldemort lied dishonestly. "What are you talking about?" "You're still pretending to be dumb," the Reverend pointed out truthfully. "We know all about your plot to illegalize Christianity, Voldemort." Illegalize Christianity? Wow! Voldemort blinked again and questioned evilly. "Wait, is this about my Reddit account?" My Reddit account! Voldemort's on Reddit, you guys! AMA Voldy tomorrow! I want it! Is that what you call your godless coven?" Dumbledore queried knowingly. Well, yeah, I've seen your so-called Reddit account and just try to deny your hatred of Christianity when you post things like this. Christians all sucks. Their religion is stupid and should be illegal. I will write to Congress and tell them to make law. It's all misspelled, which is why I read it like that. Harry Potter laughed intelligently because Voldemort did not even understand proper spelling and grammar. That was a joke, Voldemort retorted unintelligently. I mean, the whole account's a joke. I mean, Voldemort, the righteous skeptic. He laughed with the nervousness of one who knows he is damned. Of course you're not supposed to take it seriously. You think religion's a laughing matter, young man? Dumbledore demanded righteously. Well, it's not. Sort of joke is trying to outlaw religion. Of course I don't actually want to outlaw religion, Voldemort uttered deceptively. That would be ridiculous. I just got annoyed by the ridiculous straw man some Christians have made out of atheism, so whenever I see someone ranting about how depraved and evil we non-believers are, I reply with something like that. You know, taking a stereotype to an extreme to point out how ridiculous it is. A small but vocal minority of atheists exists that stereotypes and mocks anyone who disagrees with them. They can be just as hateful as the people that we all... I'm losing my spot here. They can be just as hateful as people we all are, and that does real damage. They bug me as much as the straw man arguments do, and they give those arguments credibility. So I do the same thing to them, replying with an extreme version of what they said to highlight the absurdity of it. So you're making fun of atheism? No, I am an atheist. I'm just as I thought, Dumbledore surmised wisely, and he smiled holily, keeps writing holily, in satisfaction that the Lord had worked through him. We've been preparing for this day, we just been preparing for it a long time. Students! The Holy One stood at attention. Convert him! Dumbledore commanded bravely, and all at once the students began to shout. You've been tricked by the lies of society, Harry shrieked knowingly. You deserve to burn in hell. Come over here, Dean Thomas screeched accurately, debate me on religion. I'm just so upset that you don't accept the Bible, Hermione sobbed femininely. Wow, the Bible's the best book ever. Why can't you just respect that? I'm a Gryffindor hat now, Draco yelled boldly with the inspiring zeal that so many newcomers to the faith have. Do you hate me now? I bet you do. Voldemort covered his ears with discomfort that the heathens often find themselves with when they are confronted with the truth, and shouted loudly to drown out the word of the Lord. You've been preparing to do this? To just scream at me? It is the work of the Lord! Aren't there better ways to spend your time than preaching to a bored idiot who makes fun of people on the internet? Voldemort questioned hedonistically. Your Lord seemed to be pretty concerned about people helping people around him. Is that not his work anymore? How can we focus on helping people when there are people like you trying to destroy us? Dumbledore countered astutely. I told you before. Reddit account's joke. Voldemort whined pathetically, but the Reverend shook his head. I thought that might be so at first, but it's just too realistic. Yes! Thank you! This whole story is this! It's beautiful! It's full circle. It's full circle, everybody. How is it realistic? Voldemort inquired uninformedly. I wasn't even subtle. I waxed poetic about the sexiness of neckbeards and said that Christopher Hitchens has superpowers. It's supposed to be funny. How could you take that seriously? Dumbledore scoffed and replied faithfully, like it or not, your little joke is what most atheists are like today. So my Reddit account solidified your conception of atheists as a bunch of anti-Christian bigots who are just angry at God? Voldemort solicited stupidly, and then he sighed. Okay, you know what? This has gone too far. I'm sure that most people can tell that I'm not being serious, but if I'm contributing to misinformation and stereotypes, I don't really feel comfortable doing this. Voldemort then pulled out an iPhone from his pocket and began to type in it. After a few minutes, he showed the screen to Dumbledore. See this? Made a post. I'm a troll. Last post I'll make in this account. You happy? Dumbledore virtuously ignored the heretic and turned to the little one standing behind his protection. Students of Hogwarts, this fool will not listen to reason. Let's save the heathen's soul. Oh, Lord. All the little ones got down on their knees and raised their hands to the sky and screamed to the heavens in the voices of those who knew they were doing great work. Lord, please make Voldemort a Gryffindor! Voldemort sighed wickedly and shook his head godlessly, and then he walked away depravedly. But even as the fornicating, drug-addicting evolutionist disappeared into the distance, the righteous little ones continued to pray. They knew that if they screamed loud enough, they could change the world. And that is how we know it's a joke. Oh my god. Troll hipster Voldemort, I think, is my favorite character now. I love this. This was a fucking magical tale. Oh wow. Wow. This was great. This was so great, and I'm so mad there aren't more stories like this. This was wonderful. Oh shit. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for being a part of whatever the hell this experiment into pure nonsense was. Going back to my roots and reading insane fanfiction is one of my favorite things to do, and I don't get to do it often enough. So this feels wonderful. I'm very happy right now. So if you enjoyed this and have your own crazy story you want to send me, send it to r/Moonhorse Stories. I will check it. I absolutely love insane things like this. It doesn't have to be something you've written. It just has to be something, you know, that's cool for you to share or something. Just anything. You know, I love crazy shit. So, and also, if you want to be cool like hipster Voldemort, you can buy a t-shirt in my merch shop. And yes, I do sell V-necks. At least I'm pretty sure I do. So you can get your own there. And cool-ass hoodies while you're at it. Anyway, it's all in the thing down there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm beyond happy right now, so I'm gonna go. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody. Wow.